start, we're at the site of the Howe School, the Howe Academy that was given to the town of Billerica by Dr. Howe, and it opened in 1852. Actually, this site was originally called the Everett Lot. It was a wooded lot, and Dr. Howe began to clear the land, and he was a physician in town for a number of years, and he was a bachelor. People thought at the time that he was planning to get married, and so he was building his house lot. But not long after that, he passed away, and in his will was donated the land here, and also an amount of money to build and to maintain a school of higher education for students of Billerica. As we're heading inside, it might be interesting to note this is a very sturdy building. This building has been here well over 150 years, and we expect it to be here another 150. This is the first floor, and originally, as we mentioned, it was one floor was used for classes, and the other floor was used for expositions by the students during their exams. But originally the building was heated by potbelly stoves. There'd be one stove in each corner. In the 1890s or so, they put in a steam heating system, and even today, as we're working to bring the building into shape for a museum, we've actually got a modern heating system along with some other improvements that have been done. Now we're in the front lobby, the entranceway to the building, and as we head up the stairs, there's some beautiful wood stairwells that with balusters, and if you look real close, you can actually see the depressions in the stairs from thousands of children's feet over half a century or more who attended the school here. And many people from town attended, and many graduated from the school. In the 1850s to approximately 1915, this was considered the high school in town. Actually, the state mandated that all towns in the state have public high schools. And for a time, Billerica was actually exempted from that as long as they maintained the Howe Academy. So this was a prestigious school, and it had quite a following at the time. 3 semesters per year, and they taught English and algebra and a number of other subjects that you might expect. And actually a very rigorous training protocol for the students. And those who did the best were actually awarded a medal. This would have been where the original classrooms were, and later they had both floors as classrooms. The wood stoves would have been in the 4 corners of the room. Gas lanterns hanging from the ceiling, which will be recreated. And you can see some of the original doors are still actually in place, and some of which we have stored away so that we can actually restore and put back the original detail. And these are not slate boards, but actually these were painted on the wall, and we hope to be able to restore one or more of these for the museum. As I mentioned, this is a very, very solid building. This is well over 150 years old. And interestingly, as we look in the attic here, some people think that graffiti is a current problem or a new problem, but if we look on the walls here, I believe that some of the students have actually left their mark from over 100 years ago. We've got names written on this wall from the 1890s. Now we're heading to the basement, and again you can see the curvature of the steps that was made by thousands of little feet, tens of thousands over the years. We're heading down to the basement, and Actually, in the beginning, just like in the main floor where there's two sets of stairways, there used to be two sets of stairways here. And this entire basement area was divided, this wall extended out. There was a boys' side and a girls' side. They had separate places down here. And actually, in the back, this is where when they got the money to have indoor plumbing, this is where the restrooms were. But they didn't call it restrooms at the time, pretty much. The children would say, I need to go to the basement. And that was the reason for that saying. And at one point, they had a coal chute to bring coal into the building when that was the method of heating it. And in addition to this, you can see that some of the restoration work has been accomplished already, that there's components of a modern heating system in the building here. So quite a bit of work has been done, and that will really give us a good head start for the finishing touches for putting the building in shape as a museum. And again, here I'll point out the massive granite blocks that were used in the structure at the time. And you have to realize that there was no heavy equipment to move these blocks around. These probably weigh thousands of pounds. And the foundation is extremely solid. There's virtually no cracks. We have very little water intrusion. I mean, for a 150 or 170-year-old building, it's in pretty incredible shape. Most of this was moved around by oxen and possibly horse teams, but usually oxen for the heavy lifting. And just amazing that they were able to build a structure like this in that time.